Hi, we're here for episode 54 of Outdoor Gear Chat. I'm joined as always by Cathy. Hi there.
Hi Wayne, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Fresh this morning, isn't it? We're here day 2 of the mountain festival.
It is fresh. It's crisp, actually. It is stunning blue skies. It's Kendal at its absolute best. It's frosty, it's cold, everybody's feeling all wintry. The festival uniform of beanie and down jacket has absolutely come into its own. And it's actually really fitting, all this gorgeous cold weather, wintry weather, because our guest today, Wayne, is from Glenmore Lodge, the National Mountaineering Centre, based up in Aviemore in Scotland, where there's a lot of snow at the moment and more coming. So welcome, Isla McCay.
Thank you for having me.
Great to meet you. Isla, you're communications officer for the Glenmore Lodge, which is, it's a fantastic institution. I've been up there and we've got a long history with the lodge, and it was founded in 1947. But can you tell us a little bit about why it was founded and its role today?
So when it was founded in 1947, it was very much in that post-World War II context where folks were really concerned about urbanisation and people not spending enough time outside or not knowing how to go about the outdoors.
It sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah. The funny thing about it is that a lot has changed, but the essential reason that we exist and that we were created then and that we exist today hasn't changed that much. The kind of phrase from our founding that we still use to define our purpose now is that Glenmore Lodge exists to help individuals to discover their physical, mental and spiritual potential in the outdoors. And a lot has changed, but the need for us hasn't. If anything, it might have grown.
I think so.
And so there's definitely still a need for us.
Yeah, fantastic.
I always think it's fascinating, like all the people from around that time who set up stuff like Glenmore. You know, there was was John Muir around the same point, or am I making that up? Or there was other individuals anyway that were very conscious of the well-being of the nation, I suppose, that needed that.
Yeah, people kind of knew that the way we lived was changing. People lived in cities more, and then I think over the decades that's only increased, especially in the last couple of decades, we increasingly live behind a screen and in a digital world, and the need for the connection that the outdoors can give us is pretty important.
Yeah, for sure. I think the great thing about the lodge as well is there's a huge range of courses. It is the National Mountaineering Centre, but it's not just mountaineering, is it? There's a vast range, and shock horror, they're not all delivered in Scotland either. So can you give us an idea of what courses the lodge delivers?
Yeah, so we do go by National Outdoor Training Centre just to kind of reflect the breadth of what we do now, and we might be delivering one day an introductory navigation course or hill skills, the next in winter, say Ben Nevis, ice and mixed climbing. But then beyond the mountains, we're also doing paddle sports, so kayaking and canoeing, stand-up paddleboarding as well now. Mountain biking is really great. There's so many fantastic trails in the Cairngorms, especially for us to use. Backcountry skiing has been super important to the lodge since it was founded. We've always enjoyed getting off piste, and Scottish skiing has its own unique charms that we like to sing about. And out with of Scotland, we also deliver in the Alps through the summer and in the spring for skiing as well.
Right.
The kind of important element of that, where it fits into our offering, is that it enables people to progress even further. So you can learn and develop your skills in Scotland, and then you can take them to bigger landscapes for bigger adventures.
Yeah, fantastic. There is that training element. That's really, really, really important point, because whatever course you do, the whole kind of focus of it is to give you the skills to then go out and do your own thing, get your own adventures, and sort of go take those skills and run with them. And it's fantastic, sort of liberating. It's not just being taken out.
Yes.
And this is the day we're having. And thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Is absolutely like, right, well, think about this, think about that. It's really dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely integral to how we go about delivering our courses, is that you are giving people the skills to enjoy independent adventures. So you might come to us for one course, you might come back again and again to keep learning, but essentially once somebody's been to the lodge, they have the confidence and the skills to go out and do what they want to do in the outdoors, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Well, then we were having a similar conversation yesterday about that confidence, isn't it? Is that, you know, when you're surrounded by a bunch of people that do stuff all the time, that do adventure all the time, and but you don't yourself, you sort of wonder how they do it, because I remember that for myself. Is I never had the confidence to go out and, I don't know, plan a really long day out on the fells, for example. I didn't know how to do it, and so you know, hanging around with other people who did, and suddenly like, actually it's not as hard as I was making out, or I know what kit I need now was the other one, wasn't it? Or what I need to eat and so on. It's those skills that are essential.
Yeah, all of those peripheral skills, isn't it? You can understand how to deal with terrain, but it is, as you say, a day out on the hills is much more than just being able to read the map and getting from A to B. It is about what you're eating, what kit you've got, taking decisions. Oh, this hasn't worked, that weather's come in, this person's perhaps feeling a bit more tired, that person's super strong, you know, and working out the group dynamics into the day. I think that's actually one thing that sort of sets Glenmore Lodge apart. Over the years, I've been really lucky to do different courses at the lodge, like sea kayaking and mountaineering. And I think one standout for me every time I go and visit is just the sheer excellence of the training staff, the instructor team. They really are superb, and that's been consistent with the 20 years that I've had a relationship with the lodge. And I think I suppose one of the questions is, how has this level of excellence been maintained for so long? But it's not just with the instructional team, they are outstanding, but it's across the whole lodge, you know, the housekeeping team, the food provision team, everything, you know. It must be a great place to work.
Oh, it's definitely a special place to work. It's amazing. And I don't think I appreciated it until I started working there, just the level of the amount of passion that everyone has. And I think that's essentially a core element of why we're so good at what we do, is because whatever part of the team somebody is in, they are passionate about what Glenmore Lodge exists to do and about their individual role in it. And I think the other thing that's helped us sustain our quality through the years is that we're always looking at how we can do things better. So feedback and externally, we're always looking at, you know, what's going on, what do folks say, what can we do to improve? But actually a lot of that comes from internal sources. So within the lodge, everybody who's there and has been there for a long time as well, people are always asking, how can we improve this? What can we do better? And that's what keeps us kind of improving and looking forwards and building on what we've done before.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
I've got to ask the cheeky question. Have you got staff that have been there since 1947? Have you got gnarly Scottish mountaineers that have been there since opening? No, you don't have to answer that, yeah.
A long time. You know, I think I'm not sure what the average stint is that folks have done, but it's, you know, there's a good solid core group of people who've been there a couple of decades and longer than as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
People are really committed to the place.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's lifestyle, isn't it? Sometimes part of it is that when you're that embedded into a community and an area and everything, it is, you've sort of found your niche, I guess. Yeah, awesome.
So I guess with all this sort of provision over the years, the lodges, the reason it's so successful is because it's moving with the times. And I think one of those, as an industry, we're kind of always looking at inclusivity and diversity. So what work has the lodge been doing on that?
So I think for us, it's kind of, like I said about how our purpose hasn't changed, but I think today something that's different is we understand a lot better the barriers that a lot of folks face to accessing the outdoors, whether it's resource or information or funding. And there are a lot of folks in the outdoor community now doing some fantastic work to kind of make the outdoors more physically accessible, more inclusive, to improve the diversity of representation that we have so that people know that the outdoors is for them. And Glenmore Lodge is really well known for its course delivery, but we're always working as well with usually smaller groups, charities, clubs and communities directly to deliver whatever it is that they need to overcome the barriers to participation and accessing the outdoors that they're seeing. So it might be supporting individuals through their skills training or qualifications so that they can become leaders in their community, or it might be working with people who can feed back to us about how we can improve our own offering to make it more inclusive. And for example, this year we've delivered 2 navigation courses entirely in British Sign Language.
Oh wow!
Which is just fantastic because for the folks who've come on that course, they can access the education that they need to then go on and enjoy adventures themselves. So yeah, it's it's an important part of what we do now. And I think for Glenmore Lodge to be a national resource, that's what we want. And we want everyone to feel welcome, to come through the door, to give us a call and to use us as a resource to achieve whatever it is that they want to do in the outdoors, whatever adventure looks like for them.
Ah, fantastic. Isla, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you get to continue to enjoy the sunshine. It looks like beautiful. It's with us for a while before the weather all goes a bit nuts like the word tomorrow. But thank you also to the Kendal Mountain Festival team for giving us this space to record and to speak to yourself and so many fantastic guests that we've got across the next few days. If you want to learn more about Glenmore Lodge, just go online and type their name into your favourite search engine.
We're easy to find.
Yeah, they're very easy to find, and they are a great team. You're going to have a great experience when you book a course with them. Of course, to enjoy your course, you need good kit, and that's where me and my business come in, the Joe Brown shops and the Climbers shop in Snowdonia and Ambleside. We have a whole host of equipment that will sort you out for all of your courses. Plus, we have the Joe Brown Outdoor Academy website that's full of extra information on sort of how to keep warm, how to feed yourself, what to think about when you're going out in the hills. So that's all free to access at www.joebrownoutdoor.com.